Hello everyone and welcome. Before I get started, just want to say thank you to all the people out there who have subscribed to my channel and given me over 100 subscribers. And I know that 100 subscribers isn't much in the grand scheme of things, but it means a lot to me, so thank you. With all that's going on in the US and the world today, I have found a positive, and that is that people have gotten back into gardening. And I don't mean like planting flowers, I mean actually planting vegetables, like in a victory garden for this COVID-19 pandemic. And going to like the big box store, you know, they had those seed kiosks, and I think this is the first time I have ever seen one where it is completely empty. We grow a garden every year, but this year I've changed things up. I've eliminated like sunflowers and things of that nature to get a better yield out of our garden, especially with like root vegetables such as potatoes, carrots, and onions, because we do eat a lot of stews and roasts and things of that nature. And we also do a lot of canning and freezing and putting those vegetables up so that we'll have them through the winter. And my goal this year is to have a surplus, more so than we normally do, so that we can help, you know, our family and our friends out and even barter some of these vegetables for other things. You can kind of see the area where my garden normally is, and we've only had just a few weeks of warm weather, and it's already got these weeds in here. Now, most people take and till all this stuff in with the soil, but really and truly you're just spreading the seeds out by doing that. So before I get started setting my garden up, I've got to clean all these weeds and old okra plants out and things of that nature, just to get started. I got most of the weeds raked out, and the rest of them I'll get with the tiller. And I took the weeds and created a mat down through here, and I'm going to use that as a smother because normally I grow my watermelons and cantaloupes on this row right here. Now all I got left to do is start tilling. This is how rich our soil is, and we do not add fertilizers or Miracle-Gro or anything like that to it. We try to grow things as naturally as possible, or as the yuppies call it, organic. All right, so I got my garden raked up into rows, and over here this will be where the corn is going to go, so I've got it just kind of raked up into 12-inch rows. If it looks like there's a lot of room between my rows, there's actually not. This row right here has 2 feet of grow room. Then there is 2 feet of space between them to run my tiller. And then on the next row, there's another 2 feet, and it goes like that all the way down. With everything raked out and set up, all I got left to do now is plant. So here's my seed potatoes I'm going to be using this year. And normally I don't use seed potatoes, but with all this going on, we're trying to maximize our yield in the garden this year. And this is a 5-pound bag, and it contains about 50 seed potatoes. I'm going to take and cut these around the eyes rather than just throwing the whole potato in there. I planted 24 feet of potatoes, and when I got to the end, I just went back and put another set in each hole till I ran out. And I hate to do that, but I don't want them to go to waste. Here are some plants I started a few weeks ago. I've got cherry tomatoes, beefsteak tomatoes, various types of peppers, cucumbers, and then squash. And I don't normally use these trays or whatever, but they were on clearance last year, so I got a couple of them for like $1 each or something like that. And I figured I'd go ahead and get a few started because the weather's been kind of weird this year. And once I get these planted, I'm going to come back in a couple of weeks and plant seeds beside these to kind of give it a progression type planting. Just to show how fertile our soil is, I had a couple of plants come up after I got through tilling the garden, and judging by the seed, it looks like a pumpkin seed, and this is, I think, left over from our jack-o'-lantern on Halloween. And like I said, they kind of came up on their own, so we'll have to move those somewhere out of the garden. So they're setting up a victory garden, and even if you don't have a tiller, you can still make your garden just by using a shovel and using it to turn the soil and then rake everything out with a hard tooth rake. So good luck, everybody. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll see y'all next time.